This is Michael from ePapery. Welcome to my new craft room. So my husband and I had to move again. They raised the rent at our other apartment over $200 a month, so we had to move. We found a nice apartment that is new construction, so we moved. I have been MIA for probably at least a month, if not more, and this is one of the reasons why. I needed to pack up our entire apartment and then unpack our entire apartment, including my craft room, which was the biggest item that I needed to handle. So anyway, we're finally moved in, and I have finally gotten my craft room space to where I think I at least can work in it. Here is a cute little like picnic basket that I found at a Goodwill or something like that, and that is extra crochet thread. The bucket next to it are still some items that I need to put away yet. So you have seen this unit before. It is a unit that my husband made for me, and it has shelving on it, and then it has these trays, and I believe there's 8 on each side, so that means that there's 16 total trays. Plus I have storage of books, etc. on top of that. But what these trays are, I believe that they are what they call messy trays. I know they use them in schools when the kids are doing like messy things in art or playing with Legos or something like that. So that's what these trays are. And he built this cabinet specifically to hold those trays. And so I have each tray labeled with what I have in it. So this one has, you know, piano roll, fabric flowers, jewelry pieces, die cuts, signature papers, mark making tools and paintbrushes, paper flowers, ePapery, leather, ePapery, other supplies, stencils, and large scraps. And then on this side, I think the top one is like jelly prints, etc. And I think I maybe have the tray in backwards. Some ePapery backing papers, coffee dyeing supplies, my punches, more ePapery supplies, my jelly print plate, and then I have some like notebooks and papers here. And then additionally over on the other side are more pads of like watercolor paper, other notebooks, etc. And my Medicare and You book for making masterboard collages. And then here is again some more different types of books, etc. This I believe is all music papers. In here is supplies for making my padded embellishments. Here I have some more books, my big dictionary, my sticker book Erin got me for Christmas, some more books. This plastic case has got scrapbook paper in it. This again has more padding and fabric, and this also has, well, there's paper clay and other fabric in there. Underneath is different magazines that I can either salvage things from or use for image transfers. Over here to the side are large paper products that I've just stuck between the cabinet and the wall. Okay, over here is my printer station. So I have an EcoTank printer, Epson. It's a ET2760. I love it. I love the fact that the ink lasts a long time and that the replacement ink doesn't cost very much at all. So I can go months and months and months without having to add more ink. So that's the printer. Below that is my paper storage, shipping and packing supplies. This container has finished ephemera in it. And then we're moving back up here. Hanging on the side of this cabinet is a hanging unit that currently I don't have a whole lot in, but I have like some watercolor and other things there. And I put my inks here. Then on the windowsill, I have these plastic containers with compartments in them. I'm storing my Velcro dots and my magnets and my stickles. And then I have some clusters that I made, my whale tail punch tabs, and my idea books. And then we go down to the actual desk. I'm going to move back so you can kind of see how that relates to the room here. Okay, so on the desk, I have some homemade stains that Aaron and I made. Stapler and tape, and this is a little magnetic bowl. So like I put some of my jewelry stuff in there. You know, the head pins and jump rings, etc. And then they don't fall out because it's magnetic. My glue books. This is a container that I'm putting things in that I'm going to be doing a video on. Here I have a desk organizer. And so it has, you know, room to put pencils. And then shelving. It has some of the smaller inks in there, which I might move over to my ink cabinet. And then it has my heat gun, and it has a hair straightener that I can use to straighten ribbons if I need to do that, and my glue stand. Then the second shelf, and these shelves do pull out. Okay, so that has my tiny attacher and some thread and some dollars. Then down here are my most used punches. So my crocodile, my corner punch, my round punch, and another smaller hole punch. And down here is pens and pencils and erasers and pads and knives. Okay, this is my craft mat, which isn't very big because I don't really have that much room on my desk. Next to that are these, I don't remember what they call these. They're almost like bookends, but file keepers or whatever. And in those I have some plastic to put on my desk if I need it, if I'm doing something messy, some cardstock, some page protectors. And then here is a bunch of different types of papers, book pages, coffee dyed paper, ledger paper, you know, things that you use on a regular basis in there. Okay, then down here I have my water bottle and my little garbage tin. And then this is my ink cabinet. And it holds all of my inks. I don't have a big supply of ink. Most of what I have is the Tim Holt oxide inks. I do have some extra room here where I can put things, like I've got this plastic container that fits in there, and that's full of some different types of clips, etc. And so that is the top of the desk. Now I'm going to have a seat here and go underneath the desk. Underneath my desk, okay, I have my sewing machine, which is a Brother. And then this is something new that I just purchased not that long ago when it was on sale at Joann's, I believe. I used to have all of my tiny fussy cuts, etc., in one big tin, and I always had difficulty trying to find what I wanted. So I now have these containers. They're all labeled, you know, small and medium butterflies, large butterflies, birds, etc. And then I have all of them in there, so that when I pick up this container, I know that at least there's nothing in there but butterflies. I haven't been able to use it a whole lot since I organized it, but I hope that this will make it a little easier for me. So that's going to sit down right down there where I can grab it. My husband also built this, which is just a container that I put my trimmers in and my envelope maker. Then this is also a new item that is stored down here under my desk. This is something I got at, I think it was a Goodwill. What I decided to store in here are my stamps. Oops. I have a fair amount of stamps, and I had kept them in just a box in individual, those individual plastic containers that you, or plastic sheets that you can put them in. And I always had a hard time finding what I wanted. So I decided to try this. We'll see how it works. These are some type of a scrapbooking page protector thing. There are some of them that are full sheets like this that I store bigger stamps in, like these. Then it also has these smaller ones like this. And one of the things that I like about this is that there is a plastic lip that goes over top of the opening so that they're not going to fall out. And so I tried to kind of store them in somewhat of a category thing. So this is like floral stuff, and, you know, go on from there. It also has these long, so I put like my words in there. Now, these all have the acetate behind the stamps so that, you know, I can pull out the acetate. And then I have also this size or configuration. This is got 4 of the bigger size pockets and then 4 of the like medium size pockets. So that's, I went through and rearranged all my stamps and put them in there, hoping that that would make it somewhat easier for me to find what it is I'm looking for. We'll see, right? Okay. Also under my desk is another item that my husband made for me. And this is a drawer that pulls out underneath the table. And I have various types of hardware, paper clips, pins, jump rings, chain, eyelets, all that kind of stuff is in that drawer. Okay. Right next to the desk here is my trolley, my cart. I just have some paper towels, bigger punches, the ones that I use more frequently, fabric scissors. Hanging off of here, I have some more embellishment type things in envelopes, scissors, you know, that type of thing. Here, templates for my butterflies and things that I make, padded embellishments. Here I have my jewelry pliers, etc., and my handheld punches like my slot punch. Down below is a tin with some larger fussy cuts in, my small lace pieces, the ones that are like flowers and that sort of thing. Box of buttons. Oh, I didn't even unwrap these yet. This is my containers that have little bits of lace and little bits of ribbon in them. And then below that are some more buttons that I use to make with for my button, crocheted button edgings. So that is basically my trolley. Okay, so then in the closet, which this closet is considerably bigger than the one we had before. So here's my closet. It's big enough that I could put my compartment shelving in here, which I think is nice. Stored in the way back there are some bigger cardboard pieces and my Amazon envelopes that I used to make covers. And then up here are extra file folders. This container, and I'm sorry, I should have covered the front of these things, but this container has like bags, different paper bags and things in, and other junk mail items that I can use to make tags and pockets, etc. They are all organized by size and type of bag, etc. In this one also are all my junk mail envelopes. So if I could reach up there, I gotta stand on my tippy toes here. Okay, so I have them all rubber banded together, and then I put this little tag on the rubber band that says what they are. So this is like small envelopes. Then there's one that are window envelopes that have a tab on them so that you can make a flip out, or window envelopes that don't have a tab. I mean, different categories like that. I have an enormous amount of those. So if anybody needs any, just send me a message and I'll send you some. Here I have some extra containers of things that I don't use that often. Christmas paper and supplies, doilies and napkins, a box where I keep my thread. This contains journal covers and some finished journals. This is what's in there. Okay, we go down to this shelf. This is my paints that I have in this box, and my larger lace pieces. This, I believe, is empty. Okay, over here is my label maker, my Big Shot, my dies, which I am still looking for a way to store those better, because I don't like what I've had. I'm not sure if I'm going to try doing a binder like I did with the stamps or not. I'm just still thinking about that. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Okay, so then I have a bunch of containers. This container has, and I went through and I spooled everything except things that were too large to spool. That I already had on larger spools. Like this is some seam binding that I found at, like Goodwill, and it's an entire spool of it. So that is ribbons and trims. This is ribbon, but this ribbon is ribbon that I utilize to make ribbon flowers that I put on some of my embellishments that I sell. And so if I decide I'm going to make ribbon flowers, I can just pull this entire container out and set it on my desk, rather than, going through all of the different ribbons that I have to take out the ones I need. This down here, I believe, is additional fabric and trim. And so is that. Nope, that one's got books in it. So, yeah. More books. I need to go through that. This just has some metal hardware for making crocheted purses. This is a miscellaneous. So it has all kinds of different things in it that are extra, sponges, etc. My wooden spools. This has molds in it for paper clay, etc. So that's that. Okay. This again also has like miscellaneous hardware, paper clips, some extra markers, and my wax seal equipment. Okay. Whoop. Okay, so then here is my glues or matte mediums, that sort of thing. This is the scraps that I use for like making ruffles, etc., or smaller pieces. Some smaller lace items. And then this too is also smaller, usually longer pieces of fabric that I can use with, you know, to make with my snippets or my ruffles. And then this again is some miscellaneous thing. This has got my tool that I use for when I'm making ribbons to seal the edges, some beeswax, some glitter and Pearl-Ex things, and some wooden stamps. And this has a lot of, this has embossing powder and extra glue and tapes, that sort of thing in there. And yeah, I already did that one. Okay. So that is what in that. I forgot to show you my tower, didn't I? Sorry. So right next to my desk is my tower of 3-drawer containers. And I don't know how many I have, but quite a few of them. And on top of that, I have stored, this is my washi tape. This is a little container that contains a little bit of everything, like buttons and lace pieces and brads and bulb pins and that sort of thing, so that if I'm going somewhere, I can just grab that and take it with. This is spools of small lace. These are large embellishment supplies and also bases for the different embellishments that I make for the shop. And then each drawer is labeled as to what has. And there's cards there. Here's new envelopes, embellishment supplies like bling, etc. Large neutral scraps, color scraps, cardstock scraps, small neutral scraps, small paper pads, large paper pads. Let's see what else. Embossing. And this is just notebooks, inks, sewing. This is my paint pastels and additional paints. And that is beading. So, and behind this is my jewelry bag that contains all my, you know, different jewelry making supplies. So that is that. We're going to slowly turn this way. I'm going to close that door and go over this direction to the other side of the closet. My poor husband doesn't get any closet space. And up here I have, this box is full of cards that I had made. These are crochet patterns. This is yarn, etc. These are trims that we sell on ePapery, and the one in the corner there is lace that we sell on ePapery. Down on the floor, I have different pieces of cardboard or boxes that I think I might use in a journal. That case back there is my serger, which I don't use very often anymore. In this garbage can thing here is different wallpapers and other types of papers that I store that are larger papers that I store in a roll. In there is my alcohol, and coffee stain, that sort of thing. In this container are file folders, other types of paper, sticker label paper, Amazon paper. Then also I have some templates, and I have different types of digitals, lace papers, coffee dyed papers, and different other types of digital paper. Next to my compartment shelving, I have my fabric. I have some Velcro, and this is stuff that I like, upholstery samples that I use for making covers. my iron. And then I have other fabric that I have spooled. If these are larger pieces of fabric that could be used like for covers, etc. I have some here that I haven't spooled yet, so I better get busy with that. So that's what's in that basket. And then down here in this little cart are small pieces of fabric that are all spooled on small pieces of cardboard that can be utilized. And there's 3 of those drawers. And the bottom one, I believe, is just basically all Christmas stuff. So, moving on, just briefly back up and show you my husband's area. He has not been able to get his set up yet. He's been busy doing other things. This is his leather working area. You can see some of the leather tools that he has. He does figure carving or carving, and if you don't know what that is, you should check it out. It's very intricate work. We have some pieces for sale on our in our Etsy shop. So this is my husband's area with his setup lights. He's anyway, here's his like drafting. For example, here is some corner pockets he's thinking of making. This is a cover he wants to tool, a cover for a journal that he wants to tool. And here's his patterns for wallets and purses and all kinds of things that he does. So that is the end of this craft room tour. I feel like I'm like more organized now than I have been in quite a while. So I am hoping that this will work. The other thing I like about this closet area is if I want to, I can just close the doors and the room looks a little neater with the doors closed. So I am sorry that I've been missing in action for a while, but I'm back. So look forward to some videos that I'll be making, and I hope that you enjoyed this tour. If you did, please click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. We'd love to have you. If you have any ideas that you like that I have, or if you have additional ideas that you think might work for some of the things that I have, like for example my dies that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with, please make a comment below and let us know what you think. We really appreciate your comments. We like to interact with our subscribers, so please do so. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a video and start working on making some more videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.